Hello, cyberspace. It's me, Angie, and I welcome both you and your ears to an episode of Life, Love, Music, and Space Travel. In case you're wondering who Angie is, I'm Angie, and I'm super stoked to spend some time sharing with y'all some of my experiences and thoughts on living, loving, music, and space travel, or spiritual experiences as I often refer to as space travel. A rather broad spectrum, right? Well, my hope is to always share something that resonates with, intrigues, excites, or perhaps inspires you. On that note, I invite you to sit back, buckle up, and take a little trip out into the cosmos with me. Hello, cyberspace. It's me, Angie, and I'm coming to you with episode 31 of my podcast, Life, Love, Music, and Space Travel. And this episode is actually going to be like a real life moment episode. Presently, I am, as usual, sitting in my bedroom recording. That's where my studio is, at the end of the bed. But tonight, I am quarantined. I'm actually talking through my mask, and you might be able to hear my scratchy voice because I have the dreaded C word. Yes, worse than any other C word out there, COVID. I have fucking COVID, and I am not handling it very well. As I was sitting in bed, feeling very full of self-pity, feeling pretty emotional, fatigued. I've blown my nose 20,000 times already, probably more now. My throat hurts. I have a pain behind my ear. Blah, blah, blah. This sucks. And I thought to myself, well, what better way to give purpose to the pain, the struggle, the challenge, than to record a podcast? I'm not sure what it is that I'm hoping to get out of this or share with anybody, but I will say I really needed to connect. I've posted something on Facebook because I feel like I need some connection. It's the strangest thing. I'll say straight up, right out there, I am not a good sick person. In truth, my sickness is generally mental sickness, and I've gotten pretty good at handling my mental unwellness. But maybe not handling it well, I shouldn't say that, but I could tolerate much more than I probably should have before asking for help. But when it comes to being physically sick, I do not do well. And especially this has put me in this place of needing to isolate. And it's very strange because I've Googled stuff already. I have 2 dogs who all I want to do is snuggle up to them. But my understanding is that they can get COVID. And so although they are here in the room with me, my marshmallow she must know something's wrong because she just seems to have wanted to be near me all day. And I've had to sort of push her back and give us our 6 foot of space. Chip, on the other hand, is pretty fine being out in the other room, but I want to snuggle and I can't. So there's all kinds of stuff that's going through my head. I wanted to be kind of productive. It's almost 10 o'clock at night, and I'll probably try to go to bed soon. I haven't had COVID before. I have evaded it since it started. I remember, I guess it was maybe January or February of 2020, and it might have actually been December when I first started hearing about it. But we didn't really have a name for anything like that. I don't think we really heard about it until February or March. Actually, I was still living in Vail at the time. And the mountain closed. They closed early because of COVID and people getting sick. Some of the people that I worked with got sick, but I don't think we didn't know what it was. So here it is, many years later, 2.5 years later, and I'm just getting it. And I'm kind of thinking that it was my weekend concert. I can't really imagine where else it would have come from. I've been vaccinated. I have been boosted twice. I will say that I did not get the most recent boosters. I drink, a lot of vitamin stuff, but it doesn't matter. Nobody is free or free and clear from getting this, as I now understand. And For the last few weeks, my allergies have actually been terrible. The last few days, they started what I thought was to get worse. That's just what I thought that's what it was. Well, I could not sleep at all last night, and I was coughing quite a bit. And then this morning, I just felt shitty. I did not sleep well. So I got up and mentioned something about the way I was feeling to my parents, and my mother said, "Oh, have you taken a test?" And I guess, actually, in truth, there was a part of me that was sort of in denial. At one of my readings this morning, out of the language of letting go, Melody Beatty, she's a great daily reader on codependency. I feel like it talked about denial and getting into acceptance. And I guess this was it for me. That was the lesson today, this morning. I took the test, one of the free tests that were sent out by whoever the government got them from the post office. Yes, the first one tested positive. So I took another, and the second one tested positive. There was definitely plenty of, quote, fluid in the nose this time. I didn't have any problem with getting enough. So here I sit, day one. I'm going to jump right in, actually, to, I've mentioned it many times, Poddecks. I love Poddecks. And so this is out of the self-growth category. And one of the questions is, it says, do you journal? If so, how often? And what's the benefit of it? I have journaled most of my life, actually. And it's been a fantastic way to get the shit out of my head. Putting it on paper can be very therapeutic. So answering the first part of the question, do I journal? Yes. I don't do it quite as often. I used to do it every day. Second question, if so, how often? For a while, I did it every day. I mean, I've done it for years, 20 years. Actually, I've done it since I was a kid. And before I moved here and was packing up my life in Colorado, I have all my journals, but I had a diary from when I was 16. There was all kinds of interesting stuff in there. I apologize. I am going to cough. Maybe I'll edit it out, or maybe I'll keep it in for real life sound effects. Probably have to take a drink of my tea as well. And I am going to give some props and kudos to Yogi Tea, which is what I'm drinking. I'm drinking both the Throat Comfort and the Breathe Deep. Let's hope it helps. And I'm going to take my mask off here for a minute and take a swig. I'm also going to apologize ahead of time for any sniffles that you might hear, and maybe I'll edit them out. Maybe I won't. I usually edit all that stuff out along with as many knows, likes, and ums as I can. But this is the real deal. So you might also be able to hear the fan in the background, which I usually don't have on. Oh, all the tricks of podcasting and recording. So I'm going to blow my nose here. I will most likely edit this out, but I'll be back. All right. I'm back. And it's interesting also, this podcasting adventure and learning to record and edit and all that stuff. I used to get nervous about just allowing the recording to keep going. I don't know, silent time. And then I found that I could just edit out the spaces. So I love modern technology. The last question in this particular set of questions does say, what's the benefit of it? What's the benefit of journaling? As mentioned earlier, I find it to be incredibly therapeutic and cathartic. It is wonderful to get it out of the head. It can be frightening to reread it and see it on paper. During COVID, not my having COVID, but when everybody else had it, and we were off from work, my job shut down for 3 months, and I had a lot of time. I actually took a few memoir courses from Gotham Writers Workshop. I loved it. It was over Zoom. I took a Memoir 1 class, and I took a Memoir 2 class with Cullen Thomas was my teacher. He has written his own memoir, Brothers Cell 1, I do believe it's called. I listened to it. Excuse me, great listen. So yeah, this is the reality of COVID. I guess I haven't been coughing quite as much because I haven't been talking. So the coughing and the dry throat, itchy, scratchy, I'm learning through this. I'm gaining, not that I didn't have compassion for others, but you don't know what you don't know. And now I'm understanding what so many others have gone through, are going through. A very good friend of mine, 2 of them both just had COVID. And so I'm understanding them even better. I will get a little deeper into it later, but for those who had COVID early on, my heart is breaking right now for what they had to go through by being isolated. What I am going to do, excuse me, this might be very hard to listen to. We'll see if anyone listens to this. My real-time COVID episode. But I did do a little journaling earlier. I'm going to read what I wrote and perhaps see what the benefit is of it for me, but also perhaps y'all will get something out of it. I'm going to take a moment and then I will just read a little bit for you. This is also some practice for maybe my voiceover stuff. So hold that thought. All right, and here we go. November 3rd, 2022. Today I tested positive for COVID. Fuck the C word. Yes, COVID is officially the worst C word ever spoken. I haven't felt this bad ever. And worse is the actual isolation I feel, even though people and my dogs are around. The dogs. I read that they could possibly get it from me due to close contact. So although I actually want to snuggle more than anything, I'm not risking it. Chip doesn't mind, but I feel like Marshmallow wants to be close to me. And then I don't want to be around my folks or brother. I don't want to risk it. I think I must have gotten it at the Big Something concerts. Thank goodness I got in my ketamine infusion yesterday. I was sure this was all just extreme allergies until I couldn't stop coughing last night and felt like shit this morning. Mom suggested I take a test, or asked if I had taken a test. I had thought about it, but was sure it was allergies. Denial is powerful. Then I tested. Yep. First one positive, second one positive as well. I don't like being sick. Gotta admit, though, thoughts about dying from it are creeping into my mind. I sure hope it doesn't lead to that. So that's my journaling from this morning. And, yeah, it's helpful. I feel vulnerable putting that out there. I mean, but those are my real thoughts, and my real thoughts are important to me. Something that also came up is that I'm realizing, and I'll tie this into my second Poddecks question, which is, what makes growing challenging? So this is a growth experience. This is an AFGO, an AFGO, another fucking growth opportunity. Yeah, this is definitely one for me. Thing is, I just recently took myself off of the schedule at Jack's. I've talked about that. This changes in my life. My jumping from the nest, my embarking on a new adventure out into uncharted territory. And here I am, sick. Just when I think plans are going to go the way I'd like them to go, or something comes into place such as this. So this is a perfect opportunity for growth for me. And I think what makes growing challenging is getting to that thought process. There has to be awareness around the idea that the challenges are where growth can take place. And I know that I have grown because I'm aware of it. It doesn't mean I relish in fucking growth opportunities, or it's like, oh, yay, another opportunity to grow. But I am aware that I am learning a lot right now. And so one of the things that I'm noticing is that I very much enjoy my alone time. I do. I really kind of relish in that as well. I do relish in that, I should say. I like to be alone. I like to pick and choose when and where I'm going to spend time with or not spend time with others. But I'm presently learning that I do not like to be in a situation where being around others or not being around others is not an option. And that's how I feel right now. I understand that I could be around others. We also have a guest in the house, and I don't want to get him sick. I don't want to get anybody sick. And my goodness, I'm wiping things down, and it's an opportunity to keep the bathroom clean, that's for sure. I've got my mask on. I'm in my bedroom with my fucking mask on, and it sucks. I don't know. Perhaps as I get out of this, I'll realize that my relationships are that much more important to me. But I just know that I'm growing. I don't think there's something that I could have done to have avoided COVID. I mean, I could have put a mask on for sure, but I don't necessarily think that would have made any difference. I'm vaccinated, I'm boosted. I know plenty of people who haven't been either. They get it, they don't get it. This just happened to be my time, I suppose. I'm going to read one more thing because I did actually put something else on Facebook, and I really want to put out my honest feelings. How others have dealt with this is kind of unbelievable to me. And also, please very much understand that this episode has nothing to do with telling you to get a vaccine or not get a vaccine. Because like I said, I know people who've been vaccinated, have gotten it many times, have never gotten it. People who have not been vaccinated, have not gotten it, have gotten it. So that's not what this is about. This is really just about the experience of it. Really, that being the focus. I'm getting many waves of compassion around what other people have dealt with. Not to drag this on for a whole lot longer, I'm going to read my Facebook post. Some of you may know me on Facebook and some of you may not. So here it goes. So I have the C word, COVID. It's the worst C word there is. At the present moment, I'm fucking miserable. Feel incredibly lonely and isolated. Pets can supposedly catch it, and so I'm avoiding snuggling with my babes, even though that's what I want more than anything. Seriously avoiding the rest of the household. Do not want to get them sick. They all tested negative so far. I have an intermittent throbbing under my left ear. I've blown my nose 20,000 times. My scratchy throat is struggling with the coughing. I feel super fatigued. I'm wearing a fucking mask in my bedroom. This fucking blows the big one. I'm sorry for being so negative. I am not a very good sick person. I had to contact bunches of people today, including the ketamine clinic, to let them know in case they got sick. So glad I got my infusion yesterday. I think I've had symptoms for a few days, but I thought they were just serious allergies. Today is the worst. I'm going to cry in a little bit. I can feel it coming. In parentheses, I cried before posting this, and I'm pretty sure I'll cry again. I'm sharing this because, yes, I seriously need some connection with others. It's only been one day of separateness, and yet it's affecting me pretty seriously. Although I can't be near them, I'm very grateful to be close enough to my family to hear their voices in the other rooms. Yet it makes me very sad for those who got it early on and had to be seriously isolated, and even worse was those who died alone. I appreciate your indulging me in this, because I am feeling quite a bit of empathy and compassion for those who were affected in the beginning. I felt it then, but I feel it on a very different level right now. And then I finish out the post with, how are you? Could you tell me something good? I've been watching Netflix comedy and I can't even muster up a laugh. Yeah. That's where I am right now. I am struggling, and I'm not going to minimize the fact that I'm struggling. I tend to minimize my stuff a lot. And so this is just my experience right now with it. I don't like it. I don't want to miss out on seeing my people. I realize how important my social life is, the one that I have, which is, I'm not out all the time, but I really enjoy life. I'm pretty sure this too will pass, but it's just definitely making me realize how grateful I am for what I do have and the life that I am a part of. For all of you, maybe you're sick, maybe you're not sick, but I just gently suggest that you take advantage of your time. Don't take it for granted just because you haven't experienced it. I read somewhere at one time, I don't know who wrote it, but the quote was, "The bane of man's existence is the inability to learn from one another's," it said, one another's mistakes. I think for me it would be a mistake to continue to sort of be in ignorance about missing out on time. This time on the planet will go away for all of us. It will. The earthly experience is short. Even though it might seem long, I don't want to miss out. That's it. Thanks for being out there, everybody. I say it all the time, but I would love it if you would find me on my website, www.lifelovemusicandspacetravel.com, and leave me a voice message. You can send me an email. It's including in my my outro. Yeah, I look forward to growing this. this podcast. I appreciate for all who have listened thus far and who are supporting me on this incredible journey. And for now, I will no longer subject you to my coughing, sneezing, sniffling, blowing of my nose, and scratchy voice and all that other stuff. Take care of yourself out there, whatever you need to do. Drink lots of water, stay hydrated, figure out what works for you, and love others. Stay in relation with them and make time for those who are important to you. And that's pretty much all of us on the planet. All right? That's it for now. Until next time, bye.
So, we've reached the end of today's episode. Thanks so very much for listening. It's now time to reconnect to planet Earth and all that comes with living on the blue ball. I'd love to hear your ideas for future episode topics, along with any and all positive and/or constructive feedback. Please feel free to contact me at ashyisbadass@gmail.com. Thanks again for spending some time with me and allowing me to share myself with you. Until next time, please be gentle with yourselves, be kind to animals, and do all you can to allow your authentic selves to shine brightly.